Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Money with Friends. Every Wednesday, we come to you to share really important concepts about life, money, and everything that is interested to us. Last week, we had a very lively conversation about confidence and why is it important for you to build your confidence, and also why is it important to want to know what's in it for you to be very confident. We had so many, I know I've shared this live with so many of my friends and family members, and folks said, that was a great topic. I really enjoyed it. But I also want to say, Gabrielle, for a lot of people, they don't know the difference between being confident and also being cocky or even arrogant. So we wanted to kind of develop that topic today to let you know that, yes, it's okay to be confident, but the cockiness or even being arrogant is not something that you want to assert. Is that something that you want to be associated with or be known for? Because at the end of the day, we always say that there are some things that will help you and there are some things that will hurt you. And confidence definitely will help you, but being someone who's arrogant. So there's a fine line. So we're going to describe that fine line tonight. And if you like what you hear, we are encouraging you to like, share, and make a comment, because we are always interested in hearing what you have to say and how this topic here that we are sharing, or the topics that we share all the time, is impacting you. Because we're doing this show because we believe that it's making a difference in the lives of those who are watching every single Wednesday. So we want to thank you for watching, and we also want to thank you in advance for sharing and for liking and for making a comment. So without further ado, I would like to welcome my two very great friends, and they've been here on the show before. We have Pepe T and we have Queen Dawn, and we are excited. I turned on the computer and I was like, Pepe T, did I send out the note? We both were in yellow because we're excited about today. So why don't I give you guys, ladies, an opportunity to introduce yourself. And then we're going to dive in because, I always have multiple questions to discuss. Why don't we start with Dawn? Dawn, how are you doing tonight? And let us know a little bit about you.
Peace, Queens. Thank you for having me today. I feel so grateful to be connected with you both. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
So what is your question?
I'm saying just introduce yourself like we usually do before we dive into the conversation.
I'm Dawn Spirit. My website is queendawnspirit.com. My YouTube channel is Queen Dawn Spirit. I'm a healer. I'm a certified healer. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I'm a past life regression therapist, a future life progression. I'm a past life regression therapist. I'm a future life progression therapist. I'm a cardiologist, as well as an officiant and a spiritualist. So I feel so grateful to be connected with you guys and to share what knowledge I have, and sharing is caring.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that you were able to make it, Dawn.
Thank you.
Pepe, can you share a little bit about who you are and what you've been doing on social media and why we stay connected? We've stayed connected.
My name is Davidson Robert. I am a naturopath. Naturopath is an alternative medicine where we help people get their health out of hell naturally, using natural remedies. And I studying to become a master herbalist also. So I help people really go back to nature, how things were in the beginning as much as we can, because nature is the master healer. Nature has everything for us to be healed. And I also coach people that have a health issue like high blood pressure, diabetes, belly fat, and I help them to lower all those things and by using natural remedies. So I love to talk with Gabrielle. We always find a way to compare health, physical health, and financial health. Often people think being healthy is just being your numbers, your high blood pressure is correct, your sugar level is correct, but health is something way beyond that, is way greater than that. Is health, being healthy in all different areas of your life.
Correct. So it's holistic. We had a show not too long ago. We talked about the holistic health. And I do believe that someone who is confident is someone who has experienced holistic health. Because we talked about it offline earlier, Perpetuity. We said, someone who's spiritually healthy is gonna be so much better than someone who's not. Someone who's physically healthy, because they're not clotted, they are gonna be feeling different and really take care of people differently. So, without further ado, we just want to say, because last week we talked about confidence. Like I said, how do you build it, and also why does it matter? But our discussion today is what is the difference between confidence, assertiveness, and arrogance. Can you share a little bit about that, Queen Dawn? What do you think is the difference when you think about those two?
Confidence and arrogance. It's funny that you brought that subject up because my husband, because he's so confident, for most part, now you know Michael, and if you don't know him, you would consider it as being conceited or arrogant, and he's far from that. He's not that kind of person. He's a very humble man. He has a very loving heart. So just make sure that when you are, even though you are confident, speak with love from the heart. Never down anyone in anything that you say. We all are children of God.
Right.
So never treat anyone any different than from what you would want to be treated as. And I'm a firm believer of that. I treat people exactly as I want to be treated. If you give me sunshine and love and light, and I'm going to give you that. If you shade me, I'm going to give you darkness. And I'm not going to give you darkness in a negative way. I'm just not going to observe you. You're not a factor in my arena, because it's all about love. That's why we were put here on this earth for.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think about there's also a caveat that we talked about that in terms of, like, when you are you just said, like, your husband, people who do not know him, like, would perceive him as being cocky or arrogant, when the truth of the matter is just a confident man, and he comes through the door feeling like, I deserve to be here, and I have something to contribute, and I'm willing to contribute if you're willing to let me. So I like that a lot about him. But what about when you deal with folks, like, the caveat that I want to mention is that not everybody has the ability to assess who is confident, who is arrogant. Would you agree? Dawn, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I've embarked upon quite a few people, as well as my clients have told me that they have dealt with toxic individuals. And you have to understand, when you deal with people that bring you lower vibrations, it's because they don't love themselves. So they need healing. We all need healing. We're all a work in progress. And what we have to understand is, I believe I said this on a previous show, is that we go back to, it's scientifically proven, we go back to 15 to 20 generations of our ancestors. It takes 1 million ancestors to make us. 1 million people. Scientifically proven. So we sometimes bring that toxicity from our ancestors, from those many generations that were mistreated and not thinking that they're worthy of. And that's where the healing starts. You have to heal your ancestors in order to heal yourself. And that's why I do ancestral healing in my Reiki sessions. I do ancestral healing in my past life regression sessions, in my future sessions. I tell subconsciously, get into the mind when I do the state of mind of the hypnosis, and letting them know who they truly are, why they came here on this earth, and to tap into the divine individual that they were brought here, chose to come here for.
So in other words, you have to be very careful, because you could be in environments where you're trying to be assertive because your assertiveness or your confidence will lead you to great things. We talked about some of the benefits, promotion at work, or better relationships, or being able to make friendships. But if you are in environments where you are constantly being told to dim your light, because you don't deserve to be, you gotta be careful with that too.
You don't say, I don't mean to interrupt you. When you run into those kind of people, you stop. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction. You stop and you look at this person, you say, that's what you believe. I love myself too much to believe that less of myself. I am empowered.
Definitely.
Who I am. It all comes from within. God speaks to us. And sometimes we get distracted by listening to that lower vibration and not give it to God and say, or the universe, whatever your belief is, and say, no, that's not who I am.
Right. Yeah, because the assessment wasn't correct. And also and I think, but at the same time too, if you are in an environment and so everywhere you go, folks are saying, listen, something is wrong here. You got to take a look at that and really work on that. What would you say to someone, perpetually, who's being told everywhere they go, like, hey, listen, you have some attitude problems. You have some attitude problems and you should work on them because it's really hindering you. How do you, especially you as a health person, like, someone who's done the work, hard work to get fed, to be eating healthy, but everywhere they go, they're like the food police, telling folks, don't eat this, don't eat that. Don't you know you're gonna be fat? Like being overly confident because they forgot the work that they had to do and not being compassionate towards other people. What do you say to those people who are watching, who might be there today?
Yeah, as I was telling you earlier, a lot of people go to that phase actually because they feel like, they feel probably it's a responsibility for them to make you aware that be careful, I've been there, They probably can do it out of love without realizing it. Because what I see, usually people that have gone the wrong path and trying to go back to the right path, they are overzeal, is that the right?
Overzealous.
Overzealous. Yeah, they want to conquer everyone. But you have to understand is because they are probably doing out of love. They haven't been yet in a place where they understand maybe the relationship they had with food, because everybody have a different kind of relationship with food. They eat for some reason. They go toward the food for some reason. Like Don was talking about ancestors. We have that in our DNA. For example, Haitian people like rice, curd, and I'm telling you, it's the hardest things for me to go over the white rice. And the meat is not a problem, it's the white rice. So telling them, you probably, if you become, if you're a person that is more conscious, you probably will see in their heart which spirit they are doing it. Because some of them won't do it to belittle you, but they are doing it out of love because they probably don't want you to go that way. But the more you become conscious person, you will understand and see that everyone is at a level in their journey. You understand what I mean? Everyone is at a different level in their journey. And when that person that is overzealous go past their journey, go past to understand health, weight, just not being overweight or not seeing food as just food as it is, but it's a spiritual things, they will understand that they will talk to people differently. Because I'm telling you, Gabrielle, food is more spiritual than you think. There is nothing on this planet that is only physical. It's all spiritual, in spiritual level. Everything.
So loving, when you're someone who's confident, you have love and you have empathy and you also have compassion. So if you've arrived because you've done the work to get there, you are compassionate. You're not going to be judging other people who haven't made it, but you will be listening to them more and speaking less. Because I think
the person that is overzealous, he haven't gone that stage yet.
Yeah, exactly. We all are
in the a little bit higher because he's working over him, but he haven't gone that stage. He haven't got to that stage of confidence yet.
Yeah, and even the person who thinks maybe they have arrived, they still have so much more work to do. I was saying to you guys earlier, as a person of faith, and there sometimes you have to profess certain things in your life. Even if you don't see it, you have to profess. And when you're doing professing, some people might look at it as being arrogant. For example, I remember someone said to me, why do you always say winning? You know, I love the song. All I do is win, win, no matter what. So anyways, I love to hear that song because there is, to me, it's very positive. But I always say winning, not because, I think for a lot of people, it's not because they are winning at everything, but because they're professing it and they're seeing it in the future. It's almost like the faith thing, right? I was watching a show the other day with Jennifer Aniston, the actress, and she said, whatever you are wishing for, whatever you are praying for, whatever you are believing for, you have to claim it. Say, I mean, this is not the person who's talking about religion. She said, you have to claim it. You have to say, I am winning. It doesn't matter what the situation is. And sometimes that level of faith, that level of confidence could be seen, can be seen as being arrogant, like you think, like I know someone said, you know, you think you're all that.
You are.
You know, you said to someone, you think you're all that.
You are.
Because the person is professing, like they're believing great things will come to them. So what do you talk about? How do you say, how do you encourage someone who's there right now, who's at work saying, like, I'm believing I'm going to get that promotion, winning, I'm believing that I'm going to get that husband, winning, or the spouse, I'm believing I'm going to have those children even when the doctors are saying I can't, winning, I'm believing things will happen for me. And people in the environment who are hearing that profession of faith are saying, who do you think you are? It's too much confidence. So how do you deal with that?
Are you speaking?
Dawn, yes. Okay. How do you deal with that?
What I have learned in my journey, you know, I was a spiritualist and a healer before I became a certified Reiki master teacher. And what I learned in my teachings is that we can't focus on the past and we can't so much focus on the future. It's the here and now, the present. So you have to speak it in the here and now, the present. So when you're speaking to God, the universe, whatever your belief is, you're saying you already in that space. But if you constantly worrying about what happened in the past or worrying about what's going to happen in the future and live in your truth here and now in the present, there's nothing that can block you.
Yeah.
You got to speak your truth, your throat chakras.
There's power in the tongue.
The power of the tongue speaks spells. People don't realize that. When you speak, it speaks vibrations. And if I'm trying to get everyone to understand this, is that my house doesn't exist. Your home doesn't exist. These devices don't exist. We're having a physical experience, but we're really in a spiritual realm. And you can really see what we're really all about, what our life really is. A lot of things we would not say and do. A lot of words we say that have been taught to us because we've been taught to think 96% negative. That's mind controlled.
And the truth of the matter is the opposite of winning is losing. Who wants to say I'm losing?
Exactly.
Who's like I'm losing?
When somebody calls a person a loser,
I know.
Be careful what you say.
Like you're gonna act like a loser. You're gonna feel like one, and you're gonna treat other people as such. But if you are winning, then you see winning for other people, and you start treating everything as a winning object versus. You talked about it, you know, in terms of like areas of our lives that we should be confident in, but at the same time to watch out for our arrogance. And we were saying like earlier, if you're a manager, you should think about your subordinates and colleagues, you know, or you work in an environment. How do you treat other people? And also even in personal relationships and friendship, and especially marriage, you know, how do you help someone who's right now very confident, you know, they're excelling at work and everything, and even, you know, making a killing in terms of like financial blessings, but they don't know how to pull back a little bit with that level of confidence because they think that everywhere they are, they need to act like a winner, maybe, you know, in terms of like, you understand what I'm saying, Perpetuity? The question that I'm asking? Okay. How do you help someone who's doing great things, maybe at work, but when they come home, they think that they're at work still and acting like a boss? Yes.
It's probably someone that is not being healthy.
Correct.
It's not healthy at all, because you have to try to make the separation between your work and your home. Okay. And when you are in a point when you are looking for health in every area of yourself, because you're trying to be healthy, you're gonna probably see the like every in the job what they need in a house, because in the house you're trying to be healthy, having harmony in the house, harmony in the family, because it's all part of being healthy. Because there is no way, okay, no way that somebody that's healthy and around him the environment is not good. The environment is not good. It's going to affect you anyway. You cannot block yourself because you are part of the family. You're going to try your best to get that harmony, to get that energy going on. Okay. Someone that is being like that, the only thing that I can find that is good is really meditation. Meditation. I mean, I don't know if there is something that meditation doesn't help. Truly, I had experiences in my life. And meditation is gonna reveal you what you're gonna feel, the tension of the house. You're gonna feel the tension of the people around you. You're gonna sit inside yourself. Inside yourself. I'm talking about just simple meditation, sitting down and closing your eyes and do your breathing. I don't know what is the magic. I don't know why it's doing that, but I had experienced it for myself. For myself, I have experienced it. The only thing that I can say to that person is really going to meditation. And there is something that is really, really important. Gabriella was talking. We talk about constipated person. It is not, constipation physically is unhealthy, but also spiritually is unhealthy. And because the area of your constipation, the gut, we call it the gut, sometimes people say like gut feeling, you cannot feel, people that's in the energy field, you say you cannot feel really the good vibration, is your gut, your, is it your third chakra or your lower chakra is all not clean? Me as a naturopath, I don't really know about chakra, but I do know if your intestine is full with waste matter, you're not gonna feel good in your brain, in your mind, in anywhere in your body. And the same thing for people that's working with energy. If your lower chakras are clogged, you cannot feel the good vibration, and therefore you cannot vibrate well. You are not a happy person.
Definitely. So you do have to get rid of waste in order for you to be holistically healthy and be able to, I love the fact that you say meditation. For a lot of people, it's prayer, where you stay in the worship mode, exercising, taking care of yourself. If you get up and do exercise in the morning, if you can, before you go to work, it will help you be a better colleague. It will help you be a better, employee or even a manager, right? And also too, you'll learn how to be more empathetic. Like we said, it's so important to understand and try to, instead of trying to be understood, try to understand other people, right? Get standing in their shoes so that you can say, okay, I'm here to be a contributor. I'm here to serve, but I'm not here to be someone who's arrogant, someone who's belittle, like you were saying. No, how do you belittle? Some people do that. Because they think, oh, I've made it, I've achieved, I have all this, so therefore I can go ahead and do whatever and treat people however. Confidence, I say, well, when you are a confident person, you will choose peace, versus when you're an arrogant person, you will continue in unnecessary fights. And the fight could be within yourself and also with other people. So how do we stay humble, Queen Dawn? How do we stay humble and confident and avoid all the arrogance?
I'm so glad the Queen just spoke on about your chakras, because you know that I heal the chakras to help people accomplish their intentions or their goals, or to manifest their goals, because it all lies within the chakras. And the body actually has over 114 chakras. Some people say it has over 200, but the main 7 chakras is your root chakra, where your genital area is, your solar chakra, your sacral chakra, where your navel is, your solar chakra, where your self-esteem lies, okay, your gut instinct, where your food is, just like the queen spoke up on, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, which is really your first eye, which is your psychic eye, where you are intuitive and see things that the average person doesn't see because it's blocked by certain foods that you eat.
Correct.
Certain toothpastes, deodorants,
Yep.
shampoos, products we use in our bodies, food we eat, like the same way that those animals were treated. Everything is energy. We infuse that in our bodies when we eat it. So if your chakras aren't aligned properly or at rest and open and closed properly, then you're going to create and attract chaos and negative energy and low self-esteem and not being humble. You have to, and I love when Queen spoke on the fact of meditation. You don't always have to sit there in a yoga stance and meditate. You can meditate by just listening to music while you're cleaning your home. There's certain megahertz that you shouldn't be listening to. Radios have megahertz that they're listening to at 440. That's not the hertz we're supposed to be listening to. It's 432. There's many hertz. In my spiritual group on Facebook, I share this information with people because everything's not for everyone. And I understand that. And I'm not trying to force feed anyone. If you like what I'm sending you, accept it. Like I see things on Facebook, there's some things I don't agree with, but I don't go on someone's Facebook post and attack them.
Right.
Because that's mindless energy. Don't distract me with that. My focus needs to be more focused. I don't have time to be distracted because what you focus on, what you see, hear, and speak is what you're going to constantly attract. Good, bad, or in between. It's the yin and the yang.
Correct. Definitely. So to stay humble and confident, you do have to do the work of feeding yourself positivity and doing the work every single day, you know, with the activities that you do at home and outside. And you mentioned that, and Perpetuity talked about like getting rid of stuff. So we had talked earlier, Perpetuity, about like, you know, counting our blessings, because sometimes people become arrogant because they think, oh, I'm self-made. I didn't stand on anybody's shoulders. I love the self-made, you know, not realizing that we had people who came before us. Watch some movies, you know, from the 60s, people who came before us who were hurt so badly and are still being hurt today, in order for you to have the opportunity that you have to be a professional, to be educated, to have access. We're still fighting for more access, but you have some access now. And the key is to be respectful of those who came before you and be appreciative of it and also pay it forward. Would you agree, Perpetuity?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The spirit of gratitude. The spirit of gratitude is so important. And people, I don't think they understand how much it's part of their health journey, being grateful for things. Because whenever you're grateful and you're thinking about the blessing, there is some enzyme, hormone like dopamine, serotonin that is being secreted in your body. And those hormones are there to help you feeling good and feeling healthy and participate in your health too. So bad thoughts, contrary to when you're having bad thoughts, the brain doesn't make a difference between a trauma and the bad thoughts that you have. You convert the bad thoughts into a trauma to the brain. It's make inflammation in the brain. So the reverse is good. When you have good thoughts saying, oh, I'm so grateful for this, I'm so grateful for that. And all of a sudden, all the chemistry of your brain is changing, right? You're having neural pathway. Your brain is secreting serotonin, the feeling good, and you're increasing the receptors of the serotonin in your brain. And the result is like the happier you, the healthier you, and there is so much. And it's influence your gut bacteria. Last week, I have a class about gut health, and I talked about that, and people were amazed how the thoughts that you're having, the positive thought and the negative thoughts that you have, is acting on your gut bacteria. So the bad thoughts that you have is feeding the pathogenic bacteria in your gut. And the good thoughts that you have, including gratitude and forgiveness, compassion, and love, is influencing the good bacteria and will help you to have a better health.
Correct. Thank you so much, ladies. I wanted to have this conversation because this is a show that we say the name of the show, it's Let's Talk Money with Friends, and everybody's looking for success, financial success, right? And they want to see great things. And in order for you to be financially successful, you have to have a great career or an opportunity to build a business. You also have to have great network, relationships with people who can say, hey, I want to refer you here, I want to refer you there. But you also have to have the confidence to believe that you deserve these things. Mm-hmm. Now, we want everyone to cultivate that level of confidence so that you can go after the things that you want, whether relationships, career, or financial blessings. However, we also want to give you this caveat. You do not want to cross that fine line of being so arrogant that nobody wants to work with you, nobody wants to do anything with you. And again, we've said it tonight, the only way you can cultivate that positivity and that loving spirit that everybody wants to work with and not have anything be hindering you is to feed yourself and get rid of all waste that's not serving you right. So again, congratulations to those who've taken the time to watch this, because we know it's going to make a difference in your life. Please don't keep us a secret. Share with your friends, because there are people who are looking for information like this and they're wondering where to get it. You have the power to serve somebody. You have the power to share this with someone. So thank you so much, ladies, again, Pepperty and Dawn, Queen Dawn. We'll be back next week with a very exciting topic. And yeah, let us know what you think tonight. Thank you and have a great night.